Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Let's talk about the student loan pause that we are currently under. It's been more than 3 years since student loan borrowers have been required to repay their loans. At the height of the pandemic, it made sense to give borrowers limited relief from repaying student loans, and Congress provided that relief through the CARES Act. However, 8 extensions of the payment pause later, and with the official end of the public health emergency today, it is time to transition borrowers back to repayment. Will you commit to restarting repayment no later than September the 1st, as you've previously announced that you would, regardless of how the Supreme Court may rule on the loan forgiveness?
Thank you, Senator. And yes, we're glad today is the day where it ends, and we recognize that during the pandemic that it was very difficult for borrowers.
Right.
And we are committed to making sure that once a decision is made, that we're going to resume payments 60 days after, but no later than June 30th, we're going to begin that process.
Okay. Are you communicating now, or your servicers communicating with borrowers about the upcoming return? I mean, this shouldn't be surprising people because obviously they're going to have to plan. And I don't know what kind. We've heard that servicers are being encouraged to not talk with borrowers. So what is the status of that?
Sure. So we recognize that our borrowers need information, and they need a long on-ramp because it has been 3 years of resuming payments. We're confident, Senator, that the Supreme Court will rule in favor of the targeted debt relief, providing relief for millions of borrowers, and we want to make sure that the information that borrowers get is accurate. We do plan on making sure it's a smooth re-entry to repayment, and we're prepared at FSA to provide the supports that our students.
So are you communicating with them now, those facts?
We have communicated with them, and we do have our website. We have sent emails in the past about when the loan pause repayment will start.
So they're aware of the dates and everything?
They are, yes. Okay.
Let's talk about the increase in your budget of 31% to the student aid administration. I mentioned it in my opening statement. An increase of $620 million. I mentioned in there, the return to. I mentioned in my statement that the concerns that I have that how this money will be used. Will it be used? I think it was used in the past for some loan forgiveness. But that, I don't think, is the intent of the Student Aid Administration funding formula. So what kind of assurances can you give me that you'll stick with the core operations if, in fact, you get a bump in this budget?
Thank you, Senator. FSA, since day one, has really been focused on making sure we're fixing a broken system, a system that...
well, let's go back here. The system's been in place for years now, right?
The higher education access wasn't available for all students. So what I'm suggesting is that the FSA has been working on fixing a system which includes public service loan forgiveness. It includes making sure we're providing federal loan servicing. So the budget that we're requesting is critical for those services to be administered.
When you're forgiving a loan, are you using the money out of this account to forgive that loan? I mean, is that how the account that goes?
No, the funding is being used to implement programs like we're simplifying the FAFSA program, and we're rolling out FAFSA in a way that's going to get more students. Excuse me?
When is that going to be?
Yeah, that's going to be this year, and I have to say, Senator, we're expecting upwards of 600,000 more students being able to access higher education. I'm really proud of the work that's happening there. FSA has been working really hard on that.
I hope former Senator Lamar Alexander is listening to this because he talked about it, as you know, all the time. He's going to be happy to know it's finally going to get rolled out. But go ahead.
Thank you. And when I say we're fixing a broken system, we really want to make sure that higher education is accessible to more students. I was a first-generation college student, and I navigated that process, and it's not the simplest process. I want to make sure students today have the ability to attend college, and that's in large part to the work that FSA is going to be doing. The funding for FSA is critical, and I worry that if not funded adequately, we're not going to be able to provide the services to our students, which could limit the number of students that access college and limit the benefits to those who are eligible and deserve benefits, like our veterans.
Okay, thank you.